Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about two fragrances from the house of Tom Ford, and we're going to compare and contrast them to see which one is better. So here we have Lost Cherry and Rose Prick. Both of these fragrances are part of the more expensive premium range. They are going to be part of the private blend, but the more private blend Luxe line, which is going to be extremely expensive. Before we get into the video, make sure to give the video a thumbs up and also subscribe for more fragrance related content, and let's get right into it. Starting off with price for both of these. Now these are both 100 ml bottles, just so we can look at the packaging really quickly before we get into that. This one's going to be a petal pink type of color. It is a matte bottle with a matte Tom Ford plaque at the top and a black logo here. Very nice, very premium. However, it can come off a little bit cheap, a little bit, underwhelming if you're not really into this type of minimalist type of packaging. And then we have Lost Cherry with the lacquered red, beautiful, glossy red cherry packaging. Very nice. You can actually see through this one a little bit. You can't see through the Rose Prick bottle, however. And you do get a glossy Tom Ford plaque at the top as well, with a sticker with red writing on it. Now my Rose Prick is a little damaged. My bottle's a little bit messed up here at the top. It's supposed to be straight, however, it is not. I actually did a actual video on this. It was one of my first videos that I actually filmed for this channel. It didn't get very many views, so I think I took it down. If you want me to do a actual dedicated video for Rose Prick again, let me know down in the comments and I'll be happy to do that for you. So starting off with price point, the price point is a little bit ridiculous. It's quite a bit. So I have the notes here in front of me and I actually did a price breakdown per mil. So we're going to see how much each bottle costs you per mil. So starting off with the 30 ml, which is the smallest size that they manufacture these fragrances in, which is going to be a 1.0 ounce bottle. The price for that is fairly high at 250 US dollars. And the price per mil for that's going to be $8.33. Now, 1 mil is $8.33. Yeah, you heard that right. It is a lot of money. Quite a bit, actually. It's a little bit, crazy to think that anyone would actually pay that much for a perfume. However, when you're actually quantifying, whenever someone goes into the store, some people can't afford to drop $1,300 on the big decant size, which is going to be the best deal possible. And also, if you're not sure if you're going to like the scent, it's quite a bit of a dedication to even go through that. And let's just say times are tough and people, are looking into buying their actual needs instead of their wants sometimes. And Tom Ford's getting a little bit excessive. Then going on to the 50 ml, which is going to be the 1.7 ounce bottle, which is the one that's very popular. It is a smaller size from this guy. And that one's going to run you 395 US dollars. So again, quite a lot of money. If you calculate that to price per mil, it is $7.90 per mil. You're not saving that much money from going from the 30 mil to the 50 mil size because you're still paying quite a bit of money per mil. Then if we go to the 100 ml size, which is this guy here, this is a 3.4 fluid ounce bottle. The price for this one is a little ridiculous as well at 595 US dollars. If you do the price breakdown for this guy here and you break it down per price per mil, it would be $5.95 per mil. So quite a bit of savings, but 595, I mean, let's just say it's 600 and round up. It's quite a bit of money for a fragrance, and it's only a 3.4 ounce bottle. Now, we have other brands like Yves Saint Laurent, which is 270 for 125 mils or 4.2 fluid ounces. I don't know why this one is so expensive, to tell you the truth. I'm not sure what they think that they're selling here because when we're talking about longevity, both of these are not going to be anything above and beyond. Also, Rose Prick does come in a 250 ml size bottle, which is a 6.8 ounce bottle, and that one's going to run you 1,300 US dollars for a big size. If you do the price per mil breakdown for that, it is $5.20, and that is a little ridiculous. I mean, yes, it's a lot of savings, but $1,300. So if I were to actually order that online after taxes, I would be paying anywhere from $1,425 after that. That is the price of a freaking TV. Like, let's just say the average consumer can't afford that. I mean, I can't afford that. That's a little bit much. It's a little bit too much for an actual perfume, especially like I said, when you have brands like Yves Saint Laurent, which sell you a lot cheaper. Even Bulgari, which is a little bit expensive, it's 380 for 100 ml, which is a lot cheaper than what Tom Ford wants. Other brands like Louis Vuitton, you can get a 200 ml bottle or a 6.8 ounce bottle from Louis Vuitton for $425. By the way, at the time of filming this video, they did do a price increase on Louis Vuitton's website as well. So they used to be $300 for a 100 ml bottle, now they're $320. And I believe the large size, the 200 ml or 6.8 ounce bottles, used to cost you $400. Now they are $450. So I don't know where we're going to end up with these perfume prices. It's a little bit ridiculous. It's a little bit much. I honestly don't know if we're going to end up, living in a world where you go to the perfume department or the perfume counters and you're going to drop, $1 million on the perfume, because it seems that we're going that route. I am not sure what's going to happen. At some point, people are going to say, I can't afford it anymore. So both of these fragrances, like I said, are part of the expensive range. This one came out first in 2018, so it is one of the original ones. We had Effin' Fabulous, which was a naughty name, obviously. Then we had Lost Cherry, which is a double entendre type of name. Also, Rose Prick is one of those, if you can, put the two and two together, rose and prick, what those two mean. Look it up. They do have double meanings behind the actual names. They're kind of a little perverted, but anywho, they do have their double meaning. So 2018 for this one, and 2022 for Rose Prick, which is a newer launch. It's not necessarily the newest launch, but it is a newer launch. Both of these scents are going to be very much a different scent. However, the reason I'm doing a comparison is because I know that people that are going to be looking at Lost Cherry are also probably going to fall in love or want the Rose Prick fragrance, because they are often compared side by side. And I actually think that they're not even comparable in a lot of different aspects, because this one's going to be very sultry, sexy, seductive. It's going to be a red patent lipstick, if you will. It's going to be very flirty, very playful. However, it's going to have its deep elements to it, its mysteriousness to it. Rose Prick is what it looks like. It is a baby soft petal pink type of fragrance with deep elements to it as well. It's probably one of the best rose fragrances that Tom Ford makes anymore. It used to be Cafe Rose when it was part of the private blend line. However, they moved that into the signature range and really messed it up, if you ask me. Now, this one itself is probably the best one that they actually manufacture anymore. And it has that beautiful Szechuan pepper at the base. It also has very beautiful notes of patchouli, which is that very classic Tom Ford patchouli that the brand is very much well known for. This fragrance is definitely a rich, sexy rose with a very powdery type of, note running through the entirety of the fragrance from beginning to end. It's also going to be a very kind of like a dusty pink type of fragrance, or a dusty pink type of rose. Very well done. I think this fragrance is definitely understated when it comes to the actual fragrances out there. However, there are lots of rose fragrances out there, and a lot of those are very beautiful as well, and they're not as much as this one. So, like for example, Bottega Veneta makes a rose fragrance in their Barco collection. Obviously, it's discontinued, but you can still find it online for sale. And that one's going to have the elements of this one, which is going to be that beautiful sandalwood at the base. It's going to have those deep elements to it that this one has, minus the patchouli and minus the powdery dustiness of this fragrance itself. And it's going to be a very wearable rose as well. Now, this one itself is nice. However, what really comes to mind is the price point. I mean, is it really worth that price point that we're looking at here? And quite frankly, no. I think that this one is much more worth it than Lost Cherry, because Lost Cherry tends to not last almost at all on the skin, at least on me. I can get anywhere from 3 to 4 hours if I'm lucky, and then it kind of dissipates or it becomes a skin scent. Now, Rose Prick is one of those fragrances that does last anywhere from 6 to 7 hours. If you decide to go and layer it with a lotion, then it's going to last a lot. So which one of these is better? I would certainly probably say that this one is going to be more worth the money than Lost Cherry. So Rose Prick is better for me in a lot of different aspects, because it's harder to recreate. It has that Tom Ford DNA, which is that beautiful patchouli, that very deep, sexy, sultry element that Tom Ford is very well known for. And the Lost Cherry also has a little bit of that, but it kind of, I'm not sure what got into them with making all these fruit cocktails. I know that both of the ones that they came out with have double entendre names. And then we decided to get, other ones like Soleil Brûlant. Then they manufactured Tuberose Nude, which is naked tuberose, and Lavender Extreme. I mean, let's just say that it's a bit much to be launching so many fragrances in this premium range. It kind of started, losing its grip. And Tom Ford as a brand, I have commented this before. Let's just get started. I think that Tom Ford as a brand is going to definitely launch a lot more fragrances now that they're owned and manufactured fully by Estee Lauder, and Tom Ford has no more control over his brand. They will start to milk the brand and really manufacture and manufacture and manufacture different fragrances until the brand is dead. I mean, we've seen them do that to quite a bit of brands. L'Oreal does it too, but L'Oreal is a little bit better about making money and making mass appealing fragrances, and they do not charge an arm and a leg for it. And Estee Lauder is going to try to get their money back that they put into this brand. Just my opinion, allegedly. But long story short, which do I think is better? I would probably go for this one, although I'm going to be completely honest and blunt with you. I would probably not repurchase either one of them because they are very much expensive fragrances. And in today's economy, I cannot see myself justifying the price point that they're asking for these fragrances. When I bought them, they were a lot less. These were $400 back then, and that was still a lot of money. Now, today, when they want almost $600 for a fragrance this size, I mean, that is just a bit much. And I can't sit here and say to people, yes, you need to go buy it because if you buy it, you're going to get, into a relationship and be loved. Can't lie to you about that. So definitely, I would say that if you're going to pick one over the other, I would definitely say to get Rose Prick because there are very little dupes out there that can actually match this fragrance. If you want Lost Cherry, then you can also get other fragrances that are dupes, such as the Dossier one, which is a 1-to-1 for me. I know that people are also commenting on the finery ones, the ones that are at Target. I did make a video comparing both of them, and I don't see the similarities there at all. But definitely let me know what your thoughts on this video are down below. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more fragrance related content. And I hope to see you on the next video.